There are important numbers for which you to know ahead of this Marshall game. Because if you don't know them, you're going to be missing out on a great deal of factual information, either in Georgia favor or against. What are those numbers? Daniel, I give them to you next. Locked on Bulldogs.
You are Locked on Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Locked on Bulldogs podcast, your team every day. He is Clint. I am Daniel. It is Tuesday. And during the season, Tuesday means we're going to go by the numbers. We're going to give you, as Clint mentioned, 3 numbers that you need to be watching out for in this week's football game. We'll also use today to break down some storylines during the season, if things have come up, if we've got any trailing thoughts from the previous week's game, all that good stuff. But happy to have you. Thanks for being a first listener. Thanks for being an everydayer. Thanks for making us your first listen of every day. We really appreciate that. If you're new to the show, then you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on audio, wherever you get your podcasts. Tell a friend about the show if they're looking for Georgia content during the season. We're here each and every day, 6 days a week,
Yes,
including Saturday nights after the games, for the Overreaction Show, our favorite show of the week. And if you're thinking to yourself, there probably won't be that much to react to from a Georgia Marshall game, then that means you're new, and we're happy to have you. Check back with us on Saturday night, and we will see if there's anything worth reacting to that we noticed.
Yes.
But Clint, we're going to jump into these numbers here.
Yeah.
And do you want to lead off, or do you want me to lead off?
You lead off, Daniel.
All right. I'll lead off. My first number of this UGA versus Marshall game is the number 38.
Interesting. Daniel?
Okay. 38, I think, is going to be a number to pay attention to. Any idea why I think the number 38 is relevant?
The number of stars total Auburn has in its recruiting class right now.
Auburn's about to take an L to Baylor, and we're going to have a lot to say about the Tigers.
The number of recruits that have fled Gainesville after Billy Napier has spoken to them.
No, the number of recruits that were promised NIL money from Gainesville and then had to leave in a lawsuit because they were not paid. No, that's not it either.
Okay.
Last season, Georgia, in all of its games, never had more than 37 rushing attempts in a game. At no point during the 2024 season did Georgia have more than 37 rushing attempts in a game. And I will say, and against a team like Tennessee Tech, which Georgia opened the season, if you remember, last year with Clemson.
Yeah.
So that's not particularly relevant to this Marshall game. That's a totally different situation. But against a team like Tennessee Tech in week 2, which is very similar to this Marshall situation in week 1, Georgia had 24 rushing attempts in that game against Tennessee Tech. Clint, they're supposed to be death marches against Tennessee Tech. Georgia won the game. They won the game handily. They threw the ball 37 times in the game, and they rushed it 24 times in the game. We should have known then that there was something broken about this Georgia offense. Now, do I think Gunnar Stockton is going to air it out? Yes. Do I think we're going to try to get these receivers loose? Absolutely, I do. Do I think we're going to see a healthy dose of the passing game? Sure, I do. But I also think Georgia is going to try to establish some confidence on the offensive line, some confidence in the running back room, and I think they are going to try to put on tape, we are running the football this year. Georgia needs teams to respect the run. They need teams to be ready to defend the run. That's going to open up things in the passing game. We've talked about it all year. I don't know that they will get to 38 rushing attempts in this game, but if they did, that would be more than they had in any single game last year. And I think there's a chance that they could. I think that there's a chance that not because they're trying to just like salt the game away.
No.
Because Kirby doesn't really play that. He's going to let people do their thing when they come in the game. Puglisi's going to play in this game. Like, he's going to let him throw the ball. That's not the deal. I think the deal is more, I think Kirby and Mike Bobo are going to want to come out and establish, hey, forget about last year. Yep. This is who Georgia is. This is who we are. Offensive line, this is who you're going to be all year long. And so I think you're going to see a concerted effort to run it early and often and try to run up the score by running the ball. So 38 rushing attempts in this game. 38 is the number that I'll be watching for. It would be the most rushing attempts that Georgia has had in any game last season. What do you think about that analysis of Georgia's game plan coming into Saturday?
It baffles me. It continues to alarm me. I don't know if I'm more taken back or our eyeballs told us this team was hopeless and hapless on offense last year.
Yeah.
We couldn't really, you start digging on numbers and all of a sudden you start realizing.
We went over them yesterday. They are, good God.
To hear that again, Georgia does not want to be the air out offense because this just in, even though you want us to be fan, I encourage you to come back to this side of sanity and look at every team that wins national, even the ones in the quote air raid time.
Stop.
They have a power running scheme. It is incredibly important to establish the run because college athletes aren't as great endurance or conditioned as other athletes, as other teams. It's important to have that. You can get gassed real quick. And if you have the ability to step on a throat and absolutely run downhill and take 10, 15-yard chunks, 8, 7, we liken it to body blows in boxing, but it's actually something beyond that. It's demoralizing. I mean, to be a defensive player and to line up and to know that guard is going to come out straight at me and punch me in the mouth, and there ain't a dang thing I could do about it right now because behind him is 215 pounds of downhill running back, and he's either going to hit me the same time or he's going to go off into the safety. And I know the safety's in a back pedal or looking around right now, head on a swivel, trying to figure out he's not going to get back downhill in time. It changes the entire trajectory of a drive of an offense, and if that's what you're fearful of, it goes into the psyche of a defense, and it cripples your ability to call plays because then you have to bring another guy in the box. You have to bring run blitzes and run stunts. It changes. It wears on you more. Defending the run wears on you as opposed to defending the pass. I'm here to tell you, defensive players love defending the pass. It's a far easier rep.
Sure.
Defending the run is just grueling and soul crushing. I think we hit over that 38. Daniel, because exactly
I think these first two games, you're going to see Georgia come out and just try to establish an entire, and then all of a sudden you make that trip to Knoxville and that Tennessee coaching staff has got a lot of thinking to do. Like, that's a whole different animal from the one that they saw just one season ago in Athens and Carson Beck. All right, Clint's going to give me his number that he's going to be watching for on Saturday, but first these.
And these are, in fact, FanDuel. Daniel, you and I love FanDuel. The account is overflowing. It's a cornucopia, really.
Well, it was overflowing, but I've already begun making week one bets, Clint. And so
stay tuned for Thursday because we got locks. Hey, guess what? 26, officially FanDuel Future Day. 24 hours, FanDuel's given you absolute steals on NFL season predictions, whether you're calling MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week one even kicks off. This is your moment. Get in on the Falcons now. They got the quarterback. They got the defense. You need them. You want them. And at the end of the day, it's more fun So get in that futures.
fun.
Visit the FanDuel app today.
It's
Start
today.
planning
It's
your
literally
futures
today,
bet
the 26th.
Right now. Get in on that because Futures Day is today only, one day only, 24 hours. FanDuel, play your game. Daniel,
All right, Clement. I gave the number 38. What's your first number here as you look at this UGA Marshall game? You said you've been digging in yesterday.
I've been digging into Marshall.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you.
Talk
just
to me.
right off the bat. Sun Belt champions, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's something Billy Napier was hardly able to do in his long tenure in the Sun Belt. Got one of them.
The reason why we call him Sun Belt Billy, okay, is because
that's where he belongs.
It's where he belongs, and also what he's unable to do a lot of the time. Dave.
Yeah. Well, just when you conquer that, then maybe you can go up to the MAC. And then you'll be Mac Billy.
Sunbelt Billy couldn't beat Marshall Thundering Herd. Daniel, the number I have for you is 125.
Okay.
125.
Right, here we go.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a guess at what that is in terms of Marshall?
I'm going to say that Marshall, that is the number of some kind of yards per game that they averaged last season.
It's the number I'm putting Marshall at for rushing yards in this game against Georgia. Daniel.
Okay.
And the reason I say 125, I'm going to give you some stats on Marshall last year. Last year, their rushing attack averaged 5.2 yards per attempt, Daniel. Okay.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. Of those 5.2, the average per game was 201 yards, Daniel, over 2 bills on the ground. Now, you might say 125, that's far too much. Well, when you're averaging 200 yards per game, albeit in the Sun Belt, I understand. It's not just that I anticipate 125 yards. And I'm going to ask you where you think we land on that, because if you look at college football, average yards per game, rushing is far easier than passing, especially if you're trying to go ahead and control a game, not trying to be explosive, trying to stay within that realm, within the reach of a higher quality opponent, as in Georgia. 125 might seem crazy, but volume alone is going to get at that, Daniel. Passing last year, 181 yards per game is what the Thundering Herd averaged. So a far less passing team. Now, this coming year, last year's team had a whole bunch of key departures in the running back room, Daniel. I mean, when I say key departures in the running back room, I essentially mean everybody, Daniel. I essentially...
So, not departures. We're more so talking about like a fire sale, like a mass exit.
It was an exodus. Some guys graduating, some guys not having eligibility, but every returning running back gone. Returning quarterback. God, it is a wholesale different team this year with an identity of a coach who wants to run. This year's team.
Top 20 rushing attack in the FBS, by the way, last year. Marshall.
So again,
top 20 in the FBS. Nothing to
don't sneer at Marshall.
Y'all. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like don't scoff at them. Because if you look at this, the recruits they have coming in, let's start with running back. Tony Mathis Jr. comes in. He's a redshirt senior at Houston last year. Only had 41 attempts while at Houston. 6'1", 225, Daniel. Michael Allen, redshirt junior, 5'11", 215. Most recently from UNLV, but spent some time at Syracuse. 19 attempts at UNLV. He's the second transfer coming in the running back room. They have a couple of other guys, Justin William Thomas, as well as Antoine Roberts, but the notable one is Mathis Jr. as well as Allen. Those are kind of the two-headed attack, as well as their quarterback who's coming in, Carlos Del Rio Wilson. Now, the reason, if you know that name, he's originally from Georgia, enrolled at Florida, and then went up north to Syracuse with our friend Fran up at the Orange. Daniel, it's important for me to tell you that they have new running backs everywhere. A rushing attack last year that was top 20 in the nation gone. A head coach that wants to do that, but a quarterback who is not mobile, who is not electric running the ball, who is far more comfortable in the pocket passing. and new running backs galore everywhere who are far more power heavy than they are electric as well, Daniel.
Yeah.
I put it at 125, and I ask you, where do the Thundering Herd get within this Georgia defense? You talk about the rushing attack on our end going above 37 to 38. Does Marshall get the same type of love on offense for them? How is our defense going to fare against a top 20 rushing attack from last year with brand new faces and a new quarterback that is far more inside the pocket than anything else?
I tell you, I know it's a cupcake week one.
Sure.
Georgia's not playing in Death Valley. Georgia's not playing in a top 10 matchup. Georgia's not playing like one of these.
But how excited are you?
We mentioned Georgia. I anticipate trying to establish a new identity on offense. We talked all about that. What word did we continually return to about this Georgia defense last year, Clint? Over and over again. The one word that seemingly defined our season so much that Scott Sinclair has been forced to print it on a T-shirt.
I guarantee you it's some sort of tattoo on his body at this point.
This Georgia defense was soft last year.
Yes.
Soft like an ice cream cone at the beach.
Ooh.
And now we've got a top 20 rushing attack from last year, a power rushing attack, a program that actually does return some of their best offensive linemen, who you didn't reference there, but does return some key pieces on the offensive line, and has a coach that is committed to that style of play. This team would have run up and down the field against the 2024 Georgia defense last year. I am here to tell you what. This is a perfect week one opponent for Georgia because we're going to see something. You understand? Like, it's not Tennessee. Like, Tennessee always runs the football really well. I know that Dylan Sampson's gone, but in week 3, you can bet Tennessee's going to have a rushing attack. They're going to have a plan. Heupel always runs the football well. It's not like this is the heaviest and most important rushing attack Georgia's going to face all season. That's not what we're trying to say. But you're going to learn a little bit because last year Kentucky ran it down our throats. Last year we saw weaker programs run it right at us and be able to gain yards at will. If Georgia holds this Marshall team under 125 yards of rushing, I think you're going to have to feel very good about where this defense is, Clint.
We have this weird century mark, 100 yards rushing, and nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to give that up, which I understand. You have to have some metrics out there. I get it. I understand. But at the same time, I say 125. You say it's Marshall. We should be holding them to nothing. We should be crushing them. It should be 6 points, 3 points, a late minute field goal, yada, yada, yada.
Boo.
This team, this coach, 65, I think, was the number of transfers that came in, Daniel, to Marshall. I'm almost, or it could have been 65 new recruits total, including those transfers. Mm-hmm. This is a experienced team with a coach that actually can coach some ball. I'm not. That's not tongue in cheek. Last year's team was softer than some of the y'all's calf skin boots that you have. Okay, like some of y'all office boots that you wear, they're not actually functional boots. They're not working at all. That's how soft this. It looked good, but man, it was bad. This year's team is totally different, and this is a perfect chef's kiss, excited, and get me going.
You hope this year's team is totally different.
Or
we're going to find out.
Or we going to learn some things. Because this is
the overreaction show ain't going to be pretty, folks.
Get your buckets and bring them in droves. I'm going to come back after this, and we got one more number for you to talk about, but first, these. And these are Rougiette. Rougiette is fantastic. You've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis, maybe even tried them. But if you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, it's time for Rougiette. Get Rougiette ready. Next-gen prescription treatment designed to amplify arousal. Its 3-in-1 formula dissolves under your tongue, kicks in fast, average of up to 15 minutes, and can last up to 36 hours. It's online. It's piece of cake. Rougiette connects you with board-certified doctors and ships your treatment discreetly to your door. Head to Rougiette.com/LockedOnCollege. Use promo code LockedOnCollege for 15% off today. That's RUGIET.com/LockedOnCollege. Use promo code LockedOnCollege, 15% off. Individual results may vary with prescription treatment. Compounding drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. Please visit the Rougier website for full safety information.
We said one word to describe the Georgia defense and then seamlessly transitioned into the Rougier ad read. My friends, it is mid-season form here at the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. We avoided the low-hanging fruit, but I think you can read between the lines. You are part of the 199 after all here in the third segment. Welcome. Happy to have you. Let's keep talking about this Marshall game, Clint. And it's only week one. I'm already going to break the rules. I'm going to give you two numbers, Clint, in this segment. I'm going to have you take a guess as to what I'm thinking about with these two numbers. The two numbers are 9 and 19.
Okay. Interesting. Now, my assumption, Daniel, is these are numbers related, but
they are numbers. They are in fact numbers.
But sometimes numbers aren't necessarily just statistics, Daniel.
They are numbers, but it's by the numbers. That's what we're talking about.
So if they are in fact numbers, but maybe not statistics, my assumption is it's numbers that you as the fan need to know the name associated with the numbers so that as they flash lightning quick across your screen and devour a quarterback rolling out or a running back trying to get upfield, you will know the name associated with those two numbers.
Yeah. So we've been saying this all offseason. And it's not just 9 and 19. We may give you a few more as we go through the few more numbers you're going to want to pay attention to on Saturday. But I thought it was only fitting to start with the two players that we are probably the most excited about this year, and that is number 9, Chris Cole, and number 19, Justin Williams, two new inside linebackers who are going to get plenty of run in this game. You need to have the roster printed out, and you need to have it nearby. You can try to reference it on your phone, but you're going to be back and forth between the group text that you're in and the FanDuel app that you're going to have open. Your phone's going to be busy.
If you don't have a 15-foot USB-C cord,
you need that thing on full charge with the backup battery magneted to the back of it before the game even begins. Your phone's going to be busy. Have the list printed out. Chris Cole, number 9. I expect him making plays all over the field. Justin Williams, number 19. You might want to know the number 24.
Yeah.
That's Bo Walker. And when he starts toting the rock, that's who that is. You may want to pencil him in. Gunnar Stockton's number 14, but Adrian Maddox is also number 14.
There it is. Clint. Thank you, Daniel.
And when you are looking at the back end of that Georgia defense and you're going, hey, there's KJ. Who's that just made that play? Who's that just came down like a lightning bolt into the box and hit somebody like he was mad at his mom? That's Adrian Maddox. That's number 14. That's who that is. There's several of these numbers that you're going to want to know, Clint. You got one for the people?
I got one.
Oh, just one?
It's in fact the number 1. Okay. Ellis Robinson, the third. He's got more names on the back of his jersey than he does numbers.
Yeah.
You need to know when number 1's on the field. He will return an interception for a touchdown this year. It will happen.
Don't sleep on it.
Don't sleep on Ellis Robinson electrifying the defense and watching 9 and 19 lead him up the sideline in doing so. When one hits the field, he's a ball hawk. He's a game changer. It's a drive killer.
Yeah. It won't come as a surprise to you that I think that you need to know the number 44. Clint.
He probably played a lot because he wasn't injured in the last 2 years. Daniel,
that's your man Jordan Hall, who is going to remind you,
yes, sir,
that you have made a huge mistake in forgetting about him. And I expect big things stopping the run in this game from Jordan Hall.
Let's keep getting bigger in the numbers because this man's jersey might not fit over his body.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know 73,
Yeah. No one's quick like Gaston. No one's slick like Gaston. No one's neck is incredibly thick like Gaston. You see?
Well, except for maybe once. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Except for because this man, 73, I don't know if he's going to start. I don't know at what position on offensive line. And I'm not trying to troll you, and nobody does until Kirby Smart releases the offense to come on the field. He's going to have or and slash written all over that starting lineup. Okay. Doesn't matter. Juan is going to absolutely murder people in the trench. Get used to 73.
he's going to play.
Yeah, yes.
He's going to play.
A true freshman. I don't care. I don't care.
You will. I do care.
Well,
I deeply need to see him on the field.
yes, sir.
I think my last number is the last number on the roster. Number 99. Joseph Jonah-Ajonye. Big Joe.
Ooh. I like that.
So 99 playing on the defensive front. Let me just say, you better have something. If you're going to wear 99 and you're going to play defensive front for Georgia, I think Big Joe's got something. I think he's another guy that has been injured, has maybe been overlooked. There's some very impressive defensive linemen that signed with Georgia that are freshmen in this year's class. Everybody's going to be excited about Elijah Griffin, by the way, who's going to play. But I'm going to be more interested in guys like Big Joe and Jordan Hall on the defensive front. And so you need a roster, Clint. That's what I'm trying to say.
Joe Bennett has the same similarities, take no prisoner business attitude from Florida.
From Tallahassee.
From Tallahassee, coming on in and running things like she only knows how.
Yeah.
Look, here's the deal. There are a ton of guys, ton of names, ton of people that you need to have. And go get their names. It's a lot of new faces, which we are thrilled for.
You should be thrilled.
Some oldies and a goodies.
Yeah,
I get it.
absolutely.
0 in the backfield. That's great. I like him. I like number 3 on both sides, offense and defense. There's staples within the system. 14 is there. I get it. I understand.
Love it.
But the more numbers that I see out there, the more different numbers I see out there, the more times I have to refer and make sure. Wait, was that Johnson? I think that was Johnson. Was that in fact him on the edge? Oh, it was? Okay, great. It's going to only behoove you that new names are out there.
It's going to be great. Listen, we got more Marshall talk coming at you. Kirby's got things that he has said about the Marshall Thundering Herd. We will be breaking all of that down. Kirby's presser reaction to that, our first thoughts on the game. And Thursday, that's Wednesday. Thursday, we give our official score prediction of the game. We tell you exactly what we think is going to happen. We give out our locks on Thursdays. And then Friday, all the things you should be excited about, all the things you should be nervous about, all the things you should not be sleeping on, and overreaction on Saturday. It's the season, y'all. We are in it. And it could not be more glorious. Happy to have you along on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast all season long. It's going to be a great one, and we will see you guys next time.
See ya.